From being way too stubborn and making terrible mistakes, to always being responsible for getting Jamie in danger, here's why Claire Fraser is the worst character on the show. At the beginning of Outlander's Season 1, Claire was still trying to figure out how to survive in 18th century Scotland, and to some, she was an absolute badass, but other fans were majorly pissed off by her stubbornness. Don't get me wrong, a lot of people liked her for not following the dumb patriarchal expectations that were imposed on her in the 18th century, but sometimes she went all out, and it made her insufferable.
Get ye gone, lass, before you pay a greater price.
Throughout Season 1, she was into showing off her 20th century knowledge so much that she got caught up in a witchcraft trial. She could have avoided all that trouble, but instead of learning from her mistakes, she messed with the Duke of Sandringham and Comte Saint-Germain in Season 2, and they were not happy about it. She wrecked their stock, and they were out for revenge. But her problematic behavior didn't end there. And in Season 5, she got into a full-blown rivalry with the Brown brothers. Things got real dark because she got assaulted.
I apologize about my nephew. He's just a boy. What does he know? But you been pretending to be a man.
And trust me, she really could have stopped it from getting that far. But here's the thing, Claire's got this wild streak of recklessness that just keeps getting crazier, and it feels like she loves attracting attention. In Season 1, she pulled off a prison break at Wentworth to free Jamie, which must have taken a lot of guts. But then in Season 4, she helped Jamie bust out Stephen Bonnet, and in Season 5, she robbed a dead body for an illegal autopsy. With every passing season, she became more and more unhinged, and fans were wondering how she's not locked up yet. But it all comes down to the fact that Claire loves playing God. At first, she was just curing deadly illnesses with her medical knowledge. But then she decided that she wanted to change history. And in Season 2, she stopped a whole pox outbreak from happening. Oh, and remember when she was trying to prevent the Battle of Culloden? And as if that wasn't enough, she wanted to bring penicillin back to the past, which was ridiculous. Now, fans know that she means well, but she keeps rushing into things, and it keeps getting her and her family in trouble. Fans just want to yell at her to slow down and think her decisions through, because her passion for saving the world has gotten very annoying. But that's not the only thing fans are complaining about. Claire's got this self-righteous air around her, and it ruins her entire personality. Everyone understands why she's frustrated being stuck 200 years in the past, because it's a rough spot to be in, but her self-righteous attitude gets on everybody's nerves. She forgets that people have different backgrounds and beliefs, like the time she dissed Loair for that love potion thing.
A love potion?
Oh no, I didn't mean to offend you, mistress. I had it in mind that, well, you aid so many with your healing that maybe you have something in your keen knowledge that could help a lass hold a lad's attention.
And then laughed at Jamie's superstitions. She treats the people around them like they're dumb kids, and like she's the smartest person in the entire country, which is extremely unappealing. Plus, her moral compass is very messed up, and she can't pick sides to save her life. She's got these high and mighty views about owning slaves, but then she's cool with Jamie taking native land, leaving fans confused about what she really wants. It just makes her character look condescending. And sometimes, she just needs to take a step back and chill. But if you think that's bad, let me tell you about Claire and her secret-keeping skills. She had to keep her origin a big mystery from Jamie at first, and nobody's holding that against the woman, because time traveling back 200 years is a bit too hard to believe for anyone. But then she finally told him, and it was all good until fans realized that more secrets were lurking in the shadows. In Season 2, she hid Randall's survival from Jamie to protect Frank, which was extremely selfish. Sure, she's got this thing about wanting to keep everyone safe, even if it means keeping secrets, but it didn't sit well with Jamie when he found out later. Not that Claire learned from her mistake, because in Season 4, she flat out refused to talk about Brianna's attacker. Poor Roger ended up taking a beating because of her silence, which was very disturbing. She wants Jamie to be all honest with her, but she forgets that it's a two-way street and that she's got to be more open too. But one of the most major problems with her character was that she stopped growing. When fans first met her, she was a young and fiery woman and faced all sorts of challenges in the best way she could. Her surgical game was on fire, and it seemed like she was figuring out how to find her way. She was part of some pretty groundbreaking storylines too, but then came season 3 and Claire hit a massive block in her character arc. It started to feel like her storylines were running in a loop, with assaults, separations from Jamie, medical stuff, and repeat. Fans were begging writers for some fresh plots, instead of previous ones being recycled. But that's only one of the reasons why Claire got so boring. Fans of the books were so pumped to see how Claire's character would come to life on the screen. But when the show finally aired, people were left wondering what the heck happened to her. They made her massively different from the books, and fans were not having it. To make matters worse, she developed this annoying habit where she never thought through the consequences of her actions. She always had her agendas messing with people's lives, like making Jamie promise not to off Captain Randall all because of Frank, without caring about what Jamie would feel. The selfishness was through the roof, and she didn't care about ruining her relationships with the people she loves, even when she wanted to play matchmaker and break up Mary Hawkins and Alex Randall. Fans on Reddit called her out for being straight up evil because technically, Claire forced Sweet Mary into spending a life with a rapist who is Alex's evil brother, Blackjack Randall. Sure, Claire's actions show she cared for Frank in some way, and she didn't know at that point that Frank wasn't Randall's direct descendant, but Alex's. She tried to change things up to make sure Frank still existed in the future. And she also knew Randall's days were numbered, so Mary wouldn't be stuck with him forever. But it was no tiny mistake that people could just forget. They blamed her for making Jamie an enemy right after they hit France, and for making him relive his nightmares from that awful Wentworth prison. Now, I won't blame you for being surprised because millions of fans ship them like crazy. Sure, Claire's not perfect, but she's been Jamie's rock, turning his life around in ways he could never imagine. They're a power couple, and nobody would ever wish them apart. But I want you to remember that scene from season 1, where Claire was dining with the British officers. It was all good until Jack Randall showed up and things went south very quick. All because Claire forgot to be cautious and started blabbing about the English occupying Scotland.
Captain Randall, you have my deepest gratitude.
But that's not all. There were other times she got Jamie into some serious trouble, like that horrific torture in prison that Jamie had to go through only because of her. I get it. She's from a different time. But she should have listened to her husband on this one. It didn't stop there either, because when Claire and Myrta went to Wentworth, nobody understood why Claire went in instead of Myrta. Fans believed that Myrta could have helped Jamie escape better, but Claire wanted to play the hero so badly that she forgot to reason with herself because Myrta was way stronger than her. So there you have it. From always being responsible for getting Jamie in danger to being way too stubborn and making massive mistakes. That was why Claire Fraser is the worst character on the show.